So what if I told you that you don't have to be online every single day, 7 days a week, all day, spending time trying to figure out social media to build your brand? And what if I told you in just 3 days, for 30 minutes each day, you can build a brand and build your business and get the clients that you want? Well, in this video, you're going to learn exactly that, because I'm going to share with you how you can build your brand in 3 days a week, just 30 minutes each day, without being overwhelmed. And if that is something you are interested in, you might want to keep watching. Well, hello, awesome people, and welcome to this channel. If you're new to me, I'm Marsha Lynn Hudson, and I love teaching branding and marketing, helping you learn how to grow that brand, grow your business. And when people say, well, Marsha, what do you do? Well, what I do is my business is about helping you grow your business. Especially, I'm always working with coaches and speakers and entrepreneurs who are trying to monetize their knowledge, grow that brand, and build a business that they love. So if that is what you are here for today, you're going to walk away knowing how to have a schedule that's going to keep you consistent, 3 days a week, just 30 minutes a day, because you're busy. You have other things to do. You have a life, you have a business, you have a family, you have ideas, but you want to build a brand and you want to build that business. So grab that pen and grab that paper and let's dive in. So how do we do that? You might say, well, Marsha, how do I build my brand just 3 days a week and 30 minutes a day? Yes, because I know, because I'm doing it myself. And the thing about it is, you do not have to be online every day anymore. And I've been teaching this since 2015. You don't have to be online every day. You don't have to be on every site. You don't have to be on there long, especially with AI helping us. And I'm going to give you some information on that. But you do want to show up with value, because it's not about the quantity. It's more about the quality of when you do show up. What do you do for your ideal client? So get that pen, get that paper, because I'm going to give you some great nuggets today to help you. And before you walk away from this video having a schedule and you're like, oh, okay, that is something to think about. Marsha gave me something to think about. I can do that, and stay consistent. Now be sure and grab our freebies down below, our lead magnets, our value offers, our bundles and templates on building your brand. I'll put a link below in the description, and it is free for you to help you with resources on building that brand, and especially without being overwhelmed. So how do you do this, Marsha? So for me, I like to have a planning day, and if you've been following me, you know I'm always big on a planning day. And the planning day is going to help you with your 3-day 30-minute plan. Okay, so I normally have a planning day, maybe on a Monday or a Sunday, and I might make it fun. Go to Starbucks. I'm sitting here in my office, and I do like my home office, but sometimes I'll just get away. I'll go to Starbucks or a coffee house or a Barnes and Noble or bookstore, get my coffee or get some tea, and spend about an hour planning. Okay, pick a planning day. Maybe you can't do a day, maybe it's in the evening or whatever, but I like to plan the week before. Some people do for a month, but I like to do it week by week, because I have these ideas and they're always changing. So on my planning day, I may get my stuff that I write with right here, my book that I have written, and all of my ideas, and have them around me. And I think, okay, so what I want to do for these next 3 days that's coming up, so that I can only spend 30 minutes a day and build this brand. Well, of course, I'm online sometimes more than 3 days a week if I have time, and of course I'm on more than 2 platforms. I like to say pick 2, but I have a team and I'm not by myself. But I was a solopreneur, and when you're a solopreneur, it's too overwhelming. You have other things to do, and what it does is it keeps you inconsistent, and inconsistency will not grow your business. So if you're a solopreneur and you're trying to do so many things, this plan is great for you. 3 days a week, 2 platforms. So when you say, well, Marsha, how do I pick 2 platforms? I like to say pick the 2 platforms where you know your audience might be, or the 2 that you want to be on. Okay, because Social media is huge, and it's one tool, okay? It's not the end all be all. Posting to social media is not a strategy, that is a schedule, okay? But social media is a great tool to add to your strategy. It is a part of your funnel, and I have to do a funnel. I have to do a funnels video for you next time. But it is a part of your funnel. You need a funnel to get people down to purchase from you. But social media, people are like, well, Marsha, I'm posting and nothing's happening. Social media is the top of the funnel. It's not the bottom. People buy at the bottom of the funnel, but you do need the top where people get to know you, they find you, they get to trust you, you're visible. So you do want to use that one tool as a part of your plan. And I like to say pick 2 sites, even though I'm on all of the sites mostly. I'm not on all of it really. I'm not on TikTok, but even though I'm on more than 2 sites, I have a team that works with me, but I'm very involved in my content, okay? Because I am the superpower. You are your superpower. Well, I have 2 major sites, okay, that I go all in on. So I want you to pick 2 major sites that you go all in on and try for the next 12 weeks and really go all in. I'm going to tell you what I mean by all in. For my two main sites, my 2 primary sites are LinkedIn and YouTube. Like, this is who I am. And why did I choose to get serious? Now, at one point in time, I wasn't serious on YouTube or LinkedIn. I was in and out, and I would start and I would stop, and I was just treating it like it was just this posting thing, something to do. But when we get past the thought of I'm just posting and get into the mindset of I'm building my brand, that just posting will go out of the window. You'll become very involved with building your brand on 2 sites, like I like to say. You can even do 1, okay? But LinkedIn and YouTube are my 2 primary sites. Why? Because as a speaker, coach, and consultant, people reach out to me and they see me and they see my content, they see my brand, they want to know how to build their brand, a personal brand. And so I get clients and I get to relate to people and I get to connect. And those have been 2 of my really great platforms. And I like to say, if you're a coach or a speaker, or you want to be, or you're a trainer, or even an author, entrepreneur who's trying to monetize, those are 2 great sites. But whatever 2 you choose, try not to go over 2, especially if you're a solopreneur. Okay, that's how we stick to our 30 minutes. Okay, so when I'm planning, I plan for my content pillars. All right, and if you've heard anything about me, I've talked about content pillars. And if you haven't heard about content pillars, I'll put a link below to my video where you can watch that video on content pillars. But content pillars match your niche. And I like to say pick 4 or 5, and all of your content can come from those content pillars. Your podcast, your YouTube, your social media, your newsletter, your email, everything can come from your content pillars. Now, your content pillars match what you're about. For instance, my content pillars are, I have a branding content pillar, like I'm talking right now, building your brand. I have a content pillar on marketing online without being overwhelmed, like I'm kind of talking about now. And I talk about marketing because if you don't get in front of your right people, it's very hard to grow your business. And that marketing is not selling, okay? Marketing is getting that brand out there and getting your product known for the right people. And another content pillar I have is my entrepreneur journey. Sometimes I post from my wins and my losses and my ups and my downs and things that worked and things that didn't work and things I wish I had known when I started. And so I post from that pillar sometimes. I also have a motivation and inspiration pillar. As you can see, all of these books behind me, I was a writing professor for 26 years. All I did was write and read, wrote my own books, help other people write their books. And I'm big on motivating and inspiring you to live your dreams, because I know it could happen if you really put a plan and put your mindset behind it. So those are my content pillars. So you need to pick your content pillars that match what you want to do. It matches your audience pain points, their problems, their desires, and it matches what your audience need to move forward for what they want. So that's how I pick my content pillars. And you definitely want to be authentic. I like the entrepreneur journey pillar because it shows me who I am. I'm authentic, and it shows me as a business owner, me as a person. So each week in my planning day, I might pick a pillar where I talk about the funnel and the system, that you need to build your brand. Okay. And then I may work with my team and say, okay, for these 3 days, because you want to pick 3 main days. And mainly we do 3 main days. And maybe it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I might say for these next 3 days, we're gonna focus on the content pillar on funnels and systems and building your brand, because they go together. And then I might say on day one, this is a planning day. Okay, on day one, where I want to talk about the funnel, where people, the 4-part funnel, where people get to know us and then they come down the funnel to become a client. On day two, I might want to talk about the system that we need to run this funnel and to continue to grow our business. And then on day three, I may talk about how the funnel and the system builds our brand without us being overwhelmed. So you see, so now on my planning day, I'm writing this down, and I hope you're taking notes on what we're going to do those 3 days so we can stick to our 30 minutes a day. Because if you're a business owner, you're busy, you might be working 9 to 5, or you have your family, you're doing a lot, you're trying to maybe start your business on the side or whatever. You want to grow it because eventually you want to leave your 9 to 5, or whatever your plans and your desires are. You have to devote time to your business. And 30 minutes, 3 days a week, all of us should be able to devote that. You don't have to be on for hours every day getting overwhelmed with nothing happening. So now that I picked my content pillar, I hope you're taking notes. I picked the theme that we're going to talk about for the 3 days. I picked my main 2 platforms that I go all in, which is LinkedIn and YouTube. Now, yes, we post on other sites, but they're not my main sites, okay? And I go all in. And when I say go all in, so now you might go and use an AI tool, and I use a few AI tools depending on what I'm doing. Because AI tools, you have different tools for different things. And so I may use ChatGPT sometime, or Claude, or Gemini, or, I may use Perplexity, just whatever I'm doing. And so I pick my AI tool, and I have conversations. You want to have conversations with your tool. And so I may say, this is my theme for the week. This is my audience. This is what we're going to talk about. This is what I want to do for day 1. This is what I'm going to do for day 2. What does my audience need? And so I go through all of these questions, and I have this conversation with my AI tool. I don't just put one prompt and then copy and paste it. No, because you are the superpower behind AI. AI amplifies you. AI helps you. AI is your lead idea generator. It's a big help, and it saves you so much time, right? And so I had this conversation back and forth until I get to a place I was like, okay, I like that. And I might go and say, okay, well, let's change the first part. I want it to be a compelling question, or I want it to be a thought-provoking phrase, or, put this because this is what I like to say. So I tweak it. I tweak it until it gets to where I like. I was like, okay, now give me a post for LinkedIn. And I normally tell it how to do that too, what to do at the beginning, what to do at the end. And then I might say, and give me a CTA, which is a call to action. Write that down, because you want to have a call to action in your social media post. You don't want to post and then you don't tell people what to do next. Okay, it may be, your call to action may be for me, it may be read a free chapter in my book, or the call to action may be grab my branding bundle to know how to grow your brand. Or it could be book a call if you don't know where you want to start. You want a strategy session. So you have your call to action, your CTA in your post, right? Now your posts need to add value for your audience. It doesn't need to be all about you and you're selling or promoting. Yes, you do sell and promote, but there's a way to do that where you're serving, okay? And so it will give me my LinkedIn post. And now we're just a few minutes in, right? Because we're talking about 30 minutes a day. But then there's 2 other things I want you to do on each day, on your 3 days where you post to your platform. I want you to go in and comment on 5 other people's pages, okay? These people are following you, they're connected to you. And don't just go and say, that's nice, or I like that. You want to give a really good comment. You want to give like a small TED talk, like I like to say. But you want your comment to be where you maybe mention something that they posted, or you talked about how it affected you in a good way, or you agreed with something, or you made a point on it. It's a small TED talk, but you want to give them their accolade. Don't take over and try to make it point to you. But what's good about that type of comment is other people will see it. Those people who are following that person will see and like, wow, who is that? And go check out your page and follow you. So you want to give 5 good comments. And then I like to say connect with 5 people. So you may go and check out, LinkedIn will suggest connection. And you may go and check out someone's page, put in the search bar, their industry or whatever, and you check out their page, you check out their profile, you look at their about, see if they're active, and maybe send them a connection request. So now you do that and you're building connections. So now you've posted to LinkedIn and you're showing your brand. You commented on 5 people and you asked to connect with 5. That's just a few minutes. Now you go to your set. You go back to your AI tool and you tweak it. Maybe you want to do Instagram or Facebook, and you may say, well, let's make this a carousel now, or let's make this a reel, and then you may change some things and say, well, let's do this. Well, what about this, and how do we start this, and let's start this in a different way, but you keep the same theme. And so you can change it to a carousel. And if you're like, well, what's that, Marsha? You can make a carousel. It has several slides where people learn things, and you can make that free in Canva. Or you can make a reel where you pick up your phone. Where's my phone? You pick up your phone and you do a 1-minute reel from your Instagram, or a 1-minute reel with your camera phone, your video, or a 2-minute reel where you're talking about your content pillar, right? And so now you upload that to your second platform. Now, if you're using Instagram, I like to say, wake the algorithm up. Okay, so you want to post comment to 5 people before you post on your Instagram, then post your carousel or your reel, and then after it, comment to 5 more. That's going to do wonders for your Instagram. And so you're going to comment on 5 people before you post, then comment on 5 after that. Okay, and you may do this in maybe early in the morning, 9 a.m. or whatever, and that's just a few minutes. We're still in our 30 minutes. And so you wake up the algorithm when you comment before, then you post comment after. And of course you can get the hashtags for Instagram from AI. But what have you done in 30 minutes? Let me tell you what you've done. What you've done is you have your content from your content pillar, okay, because you did some planning on your planning day. You have your content from your content pillar. You've gone to LinkedIn, you posted. Posting is just a schedule. You want a strategy. And so you commented on 5 people, you connected. You asked to connect to 5 people. Now you've gone to your second platform and you post it and you comment, right? And so now what you're doing is you're building your brand. Whether 5 people saw you or 3 people saw you or 2 people, we get way too hooked up in numbers. You don't need 10,000 followers to make good money with your business. You don't need 5,000 followers. You don't need a whole lot of people. You just need the right people, and you need to be consistent. So it could be 5 new people who met you, or 10 people who became familiar with you. You do not need lots of the wrong people to build your brand and build your business. You just need a small number of the right people. And then you continue to grow. And so now you're not overwhelmed. You're not online every day. You're not spending hours trying to figure out what to post. You're not thinking social media is not working for me. It does work. It's not a sales tool. It helps you to create visibility. It helps people to come to trust you. And when you're consistent, you're 3 days. You can do what you want. Your other 4 days, you got to be consistent. You're going to build this brand that people are going to say, wow, this person is for me. This person has what I need. And that's when they start realizing, I want to maybe get on a call with you, or I maybe want to work with you because I think you can help me with my problems or my desire. Always speak to your clients' problems or desire. And this is how you build a brand. Building a brand is so important before doing anything else. And you may add a podcast later. That could be once a month or twice a month. Or you may add a newsletter like Substack. And I'll put my Substack newsletter link down below. And that's wonderful for your brand. You may do 2 times a month with Substack, but you can use the same content and repurpose it in those different places, so you don't have to think of all of this different content. This is how you stick to your 30 minutes, your 2 platforms, your 3 days a week. And believe me, this works. You will build a brand. It's not about overwhelming yourself, trying to do everything, trying to be everywhere. It's about creating value for the right people who need what you have to offer, because you have expertise. And if you're writing this down, I hope you're thinking, wow, Marsha, I can do that. I can do that. I can pick my 2 platforms. And let's say you hadn't been busy on your 2. Revamp them, revise them. Go and update your platform or your banner or your about section. Put a new profile picture. You take it with your phone. Update it and move forward. You don't have to be perfect. We don't have to seek perfection. We just need to seek progression. You just need to move forward from where you are and just start building from there. Don't worry about what you hadn't done. Don't worry about if you're behind, because you're not. Just move forward and start building that brand. And when you do this these 3 days a week, 30 minutes a day from your content pillar, you're going to see, if you do not quit and you keep moving. I remember when I first started trying to get serious with LinkedIn and YouTube, I would quit and I would start and then I would stop and then I would start and I would go, that did nothing for my brand. But when I really got serious and said, I am going to be consistent all year on LinkedIn and YouTube, even if I see things moving slowly, I'm going to keep going and keep moving. And what happens is, after a while, things just open and the momentum happens and you're building a brand. And like Jeff Bezos said, your brand is everything. It's what people say about you when you're not in a room. It's your reputation. It's how people feel about you. It's what they perceive of you. It's not your logo or your company name. It's you. You are the brand. Even if you have a company, people want to do business with people. And so you're building a brand. And when you build a brand, you build a business. So I hope that you get down below and get that link below and grab some of our bundles on building your brand. They're free for you. Grab that. It's totally free. You want to get that. Look down for some links on other videos on content pillars. And I hope you leave comments. We love comments. And so the thing about it is, as I wrap up, and I always like to say, it's not about being everywhere. And it's not about doing everything. And it's not about chasing a lot of shiny objects. And it's not about being afraid of AI, because that amplifies you. The secret sauce to your success, it's not those things, it's you. It's the decisions you make and the choices you make. And get this, you can make a decision to be consistent and build a brand 3 days a week in just 30 minutes a day. And if you can devote that to your business and continue to do it, you're going to see how you're going to build a successful brand and create a life and a business that you love.